Hi, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how I do my Woodsy tree for a bedroom. We're starting with a 7 or 7.5 foot tree. I can't remember which it is. I no longer keep it in its original box. I'm going to start by putting on some garland that is gold beads and burgundy beads along with little pine cones. I'm just going to go ahead and loop that around, just kind of drape that all the way from the top down to the bottom, getting it in larger drapes as you go. As I told you on my other tree video, I keep the lights off most of the time. This was the first free video I was making for you guys, so I actually turned the lights on in the beginning, even though it goes against everything I normally do. But you'll see I'll shut them off halfway through the video. First thing we put on our tree after our garland is I have these little birds' nests. They're so adorable. They have little eggs and birds in them, and I have 3 or 4 of them. I put those on the tree, and they just make you want to go and look inside and see what's in them. So that's one of the first things I add to my Woodsy tree. Now, next I put the nail in. I put the nail deep in right by the trunk of the tree. That is just something that is very special to me, along with the nativity scenes, to remind me what this season is all about. That this season for me is not about the commercialization or any of the secular things that are put out there, even though I like those just as much as everybody else does. This season is truly about one thing to me. And so this tree exemplifies that. And that is why I put the nail and the different nativities and what I put on my tree. And I keep this tree more natural and woodsy feeling. And now I'll stand back and you can kind of see where we are with our tree so far. We have very little on it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add these sparkly gold leaves. I have 4 of these bunches, these picks, and I'm going to go and I'm just going to find wherever there's holes in the tree and just go ahead and add those in there. Yes, you are seeing one red light at the bottom of my tree. I don't know why, but for years on this particular tree, I've just always kept one red light glowing at the bottom of the tree. For some reason, I just really like that, and so for years I've done that now. And again, it's much easier to see those areas that are empty or have gaps when your lights aren't on. I thought it would look better doing it on camera with the lights on, but like I said, I'm going to shut them off here pretty soon because it's just so much easier to decorate your tree without those. And then when you turn the lights on, everything is filled and looks so much better that way. So I did string the lights again, and because of the fact that I use less ornaments and less things on this tree, I do try and push the light strands back into the tree more than what I did like on my last tree that I showed you how to do. I'll add one more down here. It'll kind of hide that plug. And now we're going to use some of these berry picks. And when we put the berry picks on, I just try and look for those holes and fill in the holes, but also try and keep the berries somewhat symmetrical so I have the same amount on each side of the tree, so I don't have like all the berries or all the red color on one side of the tree and not the other. And now you can see all the berries are on the tree. And now we're going to go and add a little bit more wildlife in the form of birds onto our tree. I love these red cardinals. They just add that splash of color that is so pretty on our tree. And I love cardinals in general, but when you put it on the tree and you have the red berries on there, that adds that final pop of color, and I love it. This tree is my husband's favorite tree out of all of our trees. He loves some more natural looking elements to it. Now my poor dove here needs a little help on her beak. Her beak's a little worse for wear. I think I need to touch it up with a little yellow paint there. But I love putting these two doves right by each other. I just think they look adorable together. Sorry, I'm a little shaky right there, moving in and out. I hope you don't need Dramamine from the movement right there. I really need to get out my tripod and put the phone on my tripod instead of trying to hold the camera and do things and film at the same time. And now we're going to go ahead and add in the pheasants. And one of the things I love about the pheasants are having the red around the eyes. Again, it just picks up the red from the berries. And then when you stand back, you see the red with the cardinals as well. It just gives it a very cohesive look. And the one really nice thing I do like about artificial trees is you can just kind of turn the branch and bend the branch to whatever direction you need it. Now I don't use any bulbs on my tree. What I use instead are pine cones. These pine cones are spray painted gold and they have a red velvet ribbon on the top of them. And now you notice that with the lights off, you can really see where there's empty spots on the tree, and we'll just go ahead and fill those in with these pine cones. And again, look for your empty spots or spots where there's just nothing when you're trying to put your pine cones. And you see the red from the pheasant's eye to the red on the pine cone ribbon, to the red berries, to the red cardinals. It all just makes it all work together. I like doing different trees, and each of my trees have a different theme to it. Tell me, do you do different trees? And if you do you do different themes to each of them? Leave me a comment below and let me know. And we're almost done with our tree. I don't overload this tree. Like I said before, I try and keep this a very natural looking tree, a woodsy kind of tree. And now we have most of our things put on our tree. Let me just turn the lights on and let you see what the tree looks like, and then we'll add a topper to it. And the whole goal is when our lights are on and everything's lit up and you see all these little birds and nests and everything on the tree, again, you want it to just attract people. You want it to bring people in to want to look and go, oh, what is this? Oh, what is that? And you want each little area of your tree to draw people in to want to look at it. So no matter which angle of your tree they're looking from, there's something special that will just attract them. Each little scene is set with something amazing to look at. This tree reminds me of when my kids were little. I used to read a book to them, and the birds would come and dress the tree, and they would bring red berries and dress the tree with berries and everything. And this tree very much so reminds me of that time. I find this a very peaceful and calming tree. I just really like the ambience that this tree brings. And now for our tree topper, I use a crown of thorns with a dove in the middle. Again, just for the symbolic reasons of what this season and everything about this season means to me. Yes, I realize that some of you are going, well, the crown of thorns has nothing to do with this season. To me, it's just from the beginning to the end. It reminds me all the way through what this season and who this season is about and what it means to me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, hitting the subscribe button, and hitting the bell so you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks so much for watching.